Working as an insurance salesman, Aya earns a base salary plus a commission on each new policy. Therefore, Aya's weekly income, I, depends on the number of new policies, N, he sells during the week. Okay, so policies, there's a number of policies and it's N. Okay, last week he sold 3 policies and earned $760. So this means for N, and we have money, okay? So for 3 policies, we have $760. The week before that, he sold 5 policies and got $920. Find an equation, income, with respect to the number of policies, and interpret the meaning of the components of the equation. Well, we need M, the slope, N is our variable, plus our initial value. This would be his base pay, right? Which we don't know. And then M, the slope, would be the commission per policy. All right, well, let's find. M is going to be the easiest, right? Can use these and do change in Y over change in X, or change in I over change in N, right? Okay, so our slope is if we subtract, we're going to get 0, 6, 160 over 2, which basically tells me then that the slope is 80. So 80 is the commission per policy. Okay. So here's what I know so far. Our equation is income per policy is $80 per policy plus the base. Well, I don't know the base, but I can use either one of these points to find it. I know that the income is $760 when 3 policies are sold. So what's the base? This is going to be 240. Subtract it off. Looks like our base is going to be 520. So income with respect to the number of policies is going to equal $80 per policy plus the base of $520. There's your function. Okay. And then it says, and interpret the meaning. He gets a base of $520 and $80 per policy. Right. The table shows the number of rats for the weeks shown. Ooh, okay. Well, it looks like this is going to be the Y values. This is going to be the X values, or in other words, these are the ins, these are the outs. So let's do the change in the out over the change in the in, right? So that typically I say change in Y over change in X, but okay, so it looks like we are going up 80 over 2. Same here? Yep. Same here? Yep. Okay, so 40. 40 is the rate of change in rats per week. Ew. So my equation is going to be P of W, and I know that it's 80 rats. No, it's not. It's 40 rats per 1 week. So depending on the number of weeks. And the initial value, remember, is the B value hanging on the end, is 1,000. And I'm getting that straight from the table. When the input is 0, the output was 1,000. So there's our function for the number of rats per week. Number 11 says, graph f of x equals -2/3 x plus 5 by plotting points. I'm going to come over here. y equals negative 2/3 x plus 5. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. Slope is negative 2/3, so this is my change in y and my change in x. Change in y is negative, so that's down 2. Change in x is 1, 2, 3. So there is this function graphed. Okay. All right. I can follow the down 2 over 3 again to get a better graph. Okay. My device doesn't like to do straight lines, so you'll have to pretend. Okay, so that is that one. Okay, next. Let's graph it by well, I did this here. Here it said by plotting points. I should have made a table of values. Plug in x, find the y. I think we're good. All right, 13 is interesting. So 13, here's what we're going to do for 13. We have these functions. I'm going to graph these two on the same set of axes, okay? So I have f of x equals 2x plus 3, and g of x equals 2x minus 3. This is the slope, this is the y-intercept. So, and it's 2 over 1, right? One, 2, 3. Slope is 2 over 1, so up 2 over 1. And I could certainly repeat that. And I could do, if they were both negative, right? Down 2, left 1. F of x is this function graphed right here. Pretend it's straight. F of x. Now let's go to g of x. Here's g of x. Negative 3, 1, 2, 3 for the b value. And slope is 2 over 1. So what I have for this line is this graph. And what should we be getting out of this? Same slope, parallel lines, okay? If they have the same slope, they will be parallel lines, okay? The next set of functions that we're going to graph are h of x equals negative 2x plus 3 and j of x, which is 1/2 x plus 3. Okay? All right, let's get some grids on here. One, 2, 3. This is the slope. This is the y-intercept. Slope is going to be down 2 over 1, and it's a positive 1. So down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1. It's like so. Okay? And here is h of x. All right, let's go to j of x. Y-intercept, 3. Slope, up 1, right 2. Right? Change in y over change in x. And I'm going to follow that again a few more times. And if they were both negative, down and left. All right. There's that. Okay. Notice something with the slopes. They're of opposite signs. And they're reciprocals of each other. Means that they will be perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are lines that hit at 90 degrees. Okay? Meaning right there is a 90-degree angle. Okay? So they're opposite reciprocal signs, then it is two perpendicular lines. Okay. X-intercepts. Now, we know that B is the y-intercept, so what's the x-intercept? Well, the B value, 0, B, that's the y-intercept. And we can find it in the equation. The x-intercept can't be found in the equation, but for the x-intercept, y is 0. So we can solve for it by making y 0. And let's figure out what the x would be. Add 3. Multiply by 2. For this problem, my x-intercept is 6, 0. So if I were to graph this, I know the y-intercept is negative 3. I know the x-intercept is 6, 0. That would be enough for me to have a decent graph. Okay. Horizontal and vertical lines. Their equations are going to be the most simplest type of equation, yet it still throws people off. Okay, so here's how we write vertical or horizontal lines. Okay, looking at this horizontal one, the x is changing, right? The one thing that is not changing anywhere on that line is the y value. What's the y value here? Negative 4. What's the y value here? Negative 4. Here and here and here and here and here. Y is negative 4. That's a horizontal line. A vertical line, the y is changing. What's not changing? The x. X is 7. 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 Oh, x is 7. Okay? All the time. All right. We already saw parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Okay? Two lines are parallel if their slopes are the same. Two lines are perpendicular if one of them is the opposite and reciprocal of the other for slopes. Okay? There's also some books will say when the product of the slopes is 1. Well, let's think about that. The one that we did above, I think it was these two. Look at the slope. Slope here is negative 2. Slope here is 1/2. This is a typo. It should be negative 1. I got to fix that. Slope is negative 1. The product of the slopes is negative 1. Okay. All right, let's go back up to this one. If the slopes are exactly the same, then they're parallel. So here I'm going to say h of x and g of x are perpendicular. Here, the slopes are the same. Come on, pencil. F of x and j of x are parallel. Okay. Next, Find a parallel line to the graph of f of x that passes through the point 3, 0. Okay. I'm trying to find an equation that passes through 3, 0 and has the same slope, so has a slope of 3. I don't want anything else there. It is not going to have the same b value. They never do. Well, they very rarely do, okay? So I'm not using that 6. I know that my equation, y equals mx plus b, I know my slope is 3. I don't know b. But I do know that when x is 3, my answer needs to be 0, because that's why they gave us the point. In other words, that's a 9. Move it to the other side. B is -9. So my equation is y equals 3x minus 9. That's it. Okay, let's do this again. This time, my lines are perpendicular. So the equation I'm trying to find goes through 4, 0. And the slope here is 2. The perpendicular slope is going to be a -1/2 because perpendicular slopes are opposite reciprocals. So using this information, we have y equals -1/2 x plus b. I will not be using the b value there. All right, I do know that when x is 4, my answer needs to be 0. Looks like b is 2. So my equation is y equals -1/2 x. Remember, we're adding 2 to each side, so b is 2, so plus 2. Okay? All right. Last problem for this section. I have a line that passes through these 2 points. Find the equation of the line. Find the equation of the perpendicular line that passes through 4, 5. So I have a point 4, 5. I need to know the slope of the line I'm interested in, okay? Well, this line, let's see if we can picture it. -2, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's here. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that line. I want the line that's perpendicular to it and goes through 4, 5. That one is the one that I want. Clearly, the slopes are not the same. But let's find this slope. We'll go 6 minus 5 over -2 minus 4. 1 over -6. Or -6. Nope. Or -1 over +6. -1, +6. Yeah? All right. Now, the opposite reciprocal is a +6. That's the red line, right? Has a slope of +6. So far, I know that I have y equals 6x plus b. What's the slope? I know the slope. I don't know the y-intercept, but I do know that I have to get an answer of 5 when I plug in 4. I don't know b. What I do know is I have to get an answer of 5 when I plug in 4. So 5 minus 24 equals B. So negative 19. All right, let's write down my answer. The equation of this line, or the red one in our picture, is y equals 6x minus 19, which means my graph is way off, and it should be extremely steeper. All right.